Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a rough day to be on the internet, hasn't it? um, Maybe not for everyone. I'm sure some people out there had lovely days on the internet. Um, so yeah, in case you don't know, am Janine Hawkins. I'm at Bleating Heart on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube. It's just me at the moment. Someone you might get some people in later. A lot of the crew are watching soccer right now, and I don't really care about soccer. I kind of don't. But it's Canada Day, and I know that there is I was going to say America Day. There's an America Day stream in the works, and I thought, no, Canada first. And decided I would do a little streaming, and I thought initially maybe I should do some Canadian games. And on Steam you can find a selection of Canadian games on sale. Not all of the Canadian games on Steam, because there's, I'm sure, complications. I don't even think, now that I think about it, that Sang Froid was on that list, and that's definitely a Canadian game. And so is Windforge. It was by a developer in Ottawa. And Christine Love's games weren't in that sale. So, yeah, I didn't see a lot of things in that sale that really leapt out at me. So I'd been thinking of playing a bunch of Canadian games, but then I was also like... Ali in the chat, sorry, says, no, Canada first, Janine says, while she slaps a beautiful fan onto a desk. So the other thing that I'd considered, well, I considered Skyrim, and maybe I'll dip into that later, but Sunless Sea just debuted in early access. Sunless Sea was a kickstarted game by Failbetter, who made Fallen London, which is a browser-based kind of interactive storytelling MMO kind of thing. It's a really interesting thing. It is also weird. I did say weird, and I do mean it is weird. And I contacted Sunless, like, full disclosure here right at the beginning. I contacted Failbetter and said, yo, I really want to write about Sunless Sea. And they were like, okay, cool. We'll set you up. So I'm playing using a copy that it was provided by them. And I am going to be writing about it tomorrow. The sort of NDA thing was, don't talk about it or stream or do anything until Tuesday morning. And Tuesday morning has come and gone, and I thought, well, let's take a look at some Sunless Sea, and if you're super into it, then you'll be able to read my piece tomorrow, which I'm really excited about, because it's the kind of piece I don't get to write very often. It's going to be very, very pretty. It's going to be a pretty piece. So I'm excited. So I've been playing a little bit of this, and today is Tuesday, Vorpal Femme. It feels like it's negative Monday to me, I'm going to be honest. So we're going to play a little Sunless Sea. I've played a little bit. My last captain did pretty well. She found a creepy island with some spooky ladies on it, and then roamed around a bit and fought a bunch of crabs, and then got super murdered by, like, this sort of super crab. This is like a super, it was, yeah. It didn't, that part wasn't so good. But then we decided to, well, I guess I decided to move on and send some of her skills to her successor. Big rambling intro there. So Sunless Sea, if you never played Fallen London 1, you should play Fallen London, because it's, if nothing else, a really interesting experiment in game narrative. But they have a real good sense of humor, and they've also built this really interesting world where the sort of general premise is that London has fallen. There was a big war with Hell. Hell rose up to consume it, and they fought back, but then they lost. And so basically they got swallowed up into this weird subterranean limbo. And there is a thing in that subterranean limbo called the Untersee, or something like that. And it's basically a big spooky sea. So you have this very like Victorian pushing into fin de siècle, culture, and it's in hell. So there's like weird monsters that are just completely mundane, just very bizarre stuff that is, kind of magical realism-y with a touch of Lovecraft. Jack in the chat says, as the game says, London was swallowed by bats, but this isn't our story. So that's the story of Fallen London, is, people moving around there. But in Sunless Sea, it's sort of an extension on that, where you are exploring the Untersee, or however one might want to pronounce that. And that's my big, super long, rambling intro. Thanks for joining us on StreamFriends. So, in their sort of typical style, they've had some fun with the patch notes, and they're probably going to continue having fun with the patch notes. They're going to be real fun to read. The comatose ferret is less comatose at certain times. That'll make sense, I promise. There's new ports and shops. There's a combat rebalance. That's good. Home soothes the fears of the Z. If your terror is greater than 50 when you return to London after spending some time at Z, it's reduced to 50. However, if it was very high, you may suffer recurring nightmares later. There is currently only one nightmare in play while we test the mechanism. So this, again, is an early access game. So there's not, some stuff has not quite been implemented, or has only been implemented in the barest bones way. And that's a shark with a weird cage on its face. Yep. Sunless Sea. Okay. So I'm starting out, I've already made this character, and as I mentioned, she inherited, can I pull up my stats? Her name's Beatrix Salt. I don't remember how to pull up her info. I know there's a way to do that, I just do not remember how. Lights, repair shop, full power, resume, gazetteer, sure, maybe I can't. Well, she has a reasonable number of stats, and I guess this is like an overall crew thing. Okay. Your stats are hearts, which is a thing that sort of helps you against terror and stuff like that. Veils, which is your stealth and deception and things of that nature. Pages, which is a sort of knowledge-based thing. You can see that we have really high pages. My last lady, my last captain, was a poet. And she had really high pages. She had this quest for knowledge going on, so I chose to move her pages stat into this character. Mirrors is detection and perception, and iron is your fighty fight skill. And then here's your overall crew. In my officers right now, I have a cook, Shady Cook. He can render the supplies edible if not palatable, and he gives us hearts +1. And then there's our mascot, the comatose ferret. Mostly it's immobile, occasionally it's feral. Hearts +1. We can right-click to speak to the ferret. We can try and play with him. He's laying in my bed, across my desk in a lumpy scarf. A weary roll of the eye. Play, that eye roll says. Play. I played once in the happy warrens of London, before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It is an eloquent eye roll. The last time I played with the ferret, he bit me. So that's, yeah. So, yeah, in general, this game is a lot, so far, it feels a lot like the things I liked about Fallen London, without the things that kind of got under my skin. Fallen London has a free-to-play structure where you have X number of actions per day, and you can buy more actions, you can do things to get more actions, kind of, but for the most part you have a certain number of things you can do, and then you're out for a bit. And that was the reason that I eventually fell off of doing it, or of playing, because that was really frustrating, and I was not super into it. But this seems like a lot of what made that so charming, but also without that free-to-play structure, because it is, you know, quote unquote a real game. I don't want to say that, but maybe capital G game. I don't know. There's no good way to say it, because Fallen London's totally whatever. Let's check out our house. Let's read the morning papers, because this will give us some recent news, and that's a kind of like an item that we can barter. Barter? That's not really kind of barter. The creepy island sisters I met were super into recent news. So yeah, the Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace. Echo Bazaar is another thing that'll be super familiar to people who've played Fallen London. Has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the streets outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Good to know. And these things will also be super familiar to people who played Fallen London. You can kind of see what you are aiming for. I need 1 terror, and then I can rest. But other than that, and echoes are the currency. I feel like this has been a super talky thing already, but that's kind of the kind of game this is. It's gonna be weird. Let's check out London. We can't visit the university because we don't have a secret. Ooh. Carouse. I thought it said carousel. I was like, yeah. Trouble or romance, but we don't have any terror, so that would be kind of a waste of our echoes. Could hire more crew. They're not really hurting for crew. Offer passage to tomb colonists. A clutch of emigrants will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. I don't know if I'm ready for that. That seems a little creepy. Let's just go. Yeah. We're going to launch. And here's we got our little ship here. It's a bat. Oh, do we have to fight that? Okay, I thought we were going to have to fight that single bat. Okay. So I think, I could be mistaken here, but I think, maybe not. Down here we're going to have the little things as we discover them. I wish this was a bit bigger. I find it a little hard to see. Maybe this isn't... Okay, this definitely isn't... I wasn't sure if this game had sort of like randomly generated maps. It's definitely not, though. Because Hunter's Keep is where the creepy sisters live. We're going to explore a little bit, and then we're going to go back to Hunter's Keep because they will give us free food. And yeah, Soltron points out that Fallen London used to be called Echo Bazaar. What's up with this ship? Hey, ship! If there's a light spot in the water here, that usually means that we can dock. Yes. Its clear bright beam warms the way. Speak to the crew. They long for news of home. And we have recent news, so... boom. Tea beneath the lights. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes. You've lost 2 terror, new total 3, wary. You've lost 1, recent news, new total 0. And then down here we have a lot of like flavor, I think. Yeah. Oh, flavor text. Interesting stuff. They establish a lot of tone in these games that's really, really interesting. Oh. Will O'Neill says, I got a secret Morse code transmission from Hunter's Keep that said we were cowards. Huh. Yeah, those sisters are kind of weird. I wouldn't doubt it. What's that? Oh, that's the help, right? Okay. I always think this is like an option, but that is how you will get indication of what the F you're doing. Okay. Back to sea. Maybe we'll dip down for lunch now. There we go. Okay. Hunter's Keep. Walk around the garden. Spy. What's spy? Three sisters. You peer through a half-open French window into a grand parlor, grand in size, if a little reduced in style by dust and neglect. A dark-haired, pale-skinned young woman bends earnestly over a piano keyboard. Another fair-haired but unmistakably her sister sprawls out on the sofa with a book. A third sits by the fireplace, staring sorrowfully into the embers. A log pops, and the woman by the fire gives a violent start. You cannot restrain a start of your own, and her eyes meet yours. Through the glass, she claps her hand to her mouth in shock. There's nothing to do but step apologetically into the room. That's definitely not what happened last time I spied on them. A visitor, the pianist, the youngest, cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest, who you frighten, sighs. Excuse us, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Yeah, we failed that veils challenge. We do not have great veils right now. So let's see. Do we want to have lunch with Cynthia, Lucy, or Phoebe? I'm gonna say Lucy. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially a complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. So we lost hunger, we got some supplies, that's good. Supplies are used to repair and also eat. And we're acquainted with the Sisters of Hunter's Keep. And we lost 7 terror. We're now serene. That won't last, let me tell you. I should have muted my phone. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can get into some trouble. It looks like ruins, doesn't it? Like creepy underwater ruins that I'm going to crash into. Oh, there's a pirate ship or some shit. Fine, let's fight. Bring it. That was almost beautiful. Come on, just... Fine, here. Come on, bring it. Okay. So the fighting in this game is kind of... It's kind of turn-based, not really. It's like real-time timing-based. It feels kind of turn-based. You can also pause and unpause it. And... So I'm catching up a little bit on the chat here. I should have my chat over in the other window. That would be helpful. So the thing you have to do is, because you're in the dark, you have to illuminate your target so you can actually hit them. The best way to, well, let's do seek and then see if that gives us enough for a couple salvos. Flares are quicker, but they illuminate less. We might be boned. Oh, okay. Pause. Hang on. Yeah, we don't have enough yet. We need 50. So if we throw up a flare and then a bunch of salvos, we might be able to pull this one. Are they trying to illuminate us all the way? What are they doing? I'm gonna kill you, nerds. Yep, I think we just one-shotted them. Cool. Okay. So we can loot and scuttle her. If we had 10 observations, we could record stuff about them. Or we can send her home with a prize crew, but I don't think we can really... I don't want to spare the crew for that, so let's just have a cache of curiosities. Okay. Let's see what's inside. Coke, like coal, but more so, as the Department of Infernal Rarefactions would have it. You've gained 2 fuel, and, oh, well, that's good. Fuel's good. Nothing wrong with fuel. Ooh, uh-oh. A sailor has grown fretful and disobedient, reluctant to go on deck, even in port. There's a white Zebat watching me up there. Salt's messenger. Salt's got its eye on me. I'll never see home again. Salt? Sailor's super... I'm sure it's a coincidence. Is it a coincidence that my last name is Salt? It is. It is. That's a... But this guy doesn't like that the captain's name is Salt. Oh, I was going to mention at the beginning of this game, you also get to pick what your crew calls you. And it explicitly says, like, this is just what they call you, it has nothing to do with your gender or whatever, it's just what they're calling you. And you can choose a whole bunch of different options, and it's everything from my lady to captain to sir to all that stuff, so it's pretty cool. Okay. Salt, Zailor's superstition, order him on deck at once. Nameless gods that Zailors fear, he's a conscientious man. Send him to the sick bay on the pretext of a fever. Feed the Zebat. If white Zebats are sacred to Salt, perhaps you'll win Salt's favor if you believe any of this. Shoot the Zebat. If the blank thing is if the bloody thing is frightening your bloody crew, then you'll bloody well settle its hash. We can absolutely shoot that bat, but that's probably a really bad idea. Unlocked when Salt... yeah. Let's feed it. Oh. The Zebat takes fungal crackers from your fingers as boldly as a parrot. It dips its head to you and chirps something you might mistake for speech. It spreads its wings and leaps into the air. The next day, your crewman is gone, along with one of the ship's boats. No one saw him depart or knows why. That's a bit sad, but we have Salt's attention and a stone and some fragments. That's probably a good trade for a crew member, right? It's probably okay. Could be worse. Oh, and sorry, I didn't... I got a message from Jack a little bit ago saying he'd like to join. You can absolutely join, Jack. Oh god, there's bats. Oh my god, okay, hang on. I'm gonna pause. And then I'm going to add Jack. Presuming he's probably not ready immediately, but I'm gonna call anyways. What up? Professional hostess. I guess we're gonna have to fight these damn bats, huh? Oh, there's also some sort of monster in the water there. Oh boy. Let's kill some bats. I think I'm gonna stick with my usual. There we go. Hey!
Hello there.
How's it going?
It's going well. I'm sorry that there's been a beeping noise on stream for the
Oh,
last,
it's it hasn't been that bad or that long.
it's the last hour and a half or something.
No, it's been like just a few beeps. We're
Just
killing
a few
some
beeps.
bats.
We're fighting bats right
I
now,
should
as far as
screen
I can see
share.
it. Yeah,
Oh, I can't.
if you wouldn't mind.
It's not. Hang on. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh no, Janine, screen share right.
I can't because it's the option's not there. Hang on. Hang on.
I, look, you can't. I realize that you've got bat problems.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag bat problems.
Do we manage to get them? Oh, we did manage to get them.
There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah. My general strategy for fighting has been illuminate twice with the flares, which don't take as long to activate as the eyeball, but there's a better chance. Like, you'll for sure. The eyeball will not for sure give you the illumination that you need in one shot. So,
Yeah.
2 shots of flares and then attack. And
Is the flares the one that also raises your illumination very slightly?
Yes. That's the thing
Right.
is I guess the other trade-off is the eyeball one does not raise your illumination at all. So it's a tricky balancing act, but I feel like when you act quick enough, it's
It's
pretty
quite an
safe.
interesting combat system. I quite like it.
Do we want to gather up the corpses to eat, or do we want to dispose of them to reduce terror?
What's our terror like?
Our terror is 13,
Hmm.
but we only have 6 supplies, which I guess is not the worst, but if we have to repair the ship, we'll be out of those real fast.
I kind of feel that we should probably eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we.
I mean,
I
our
think it
terror
might be
is
for the
not that
best.
high, so we can afford it. If we were like really crippled by terror, then it would be a bad idea. But
Yeah, eating bats.
is that a fish or a boat?
Is that?
I think
Oh,
it's
it's a boat coming up really fast.
it's very shuddery.
Yeah, what's?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's a pirate's steam pinnace.
I don't know that word.
No, I assume it's a sort of like a light boat, maybe.
Well, it's certainly a boat. We do know that much.
So I played about 5 minutes of this when I got it, and I got my first experience with it was, I imagine, probably pretty similar to everybody's first experience with it,
Oh,
which was that
butts.
I
Sorry.
clicked around menus for 5 minutes, and then I got eaten by a shark,
Oh.
by a crab, not a
My
shark.
my first run I did okay. I didn't get super far, but I was meandering a lot.
I was confused by two things. I was confused, firstly, by the fact that the boat handles kind of like I guess a boat would, rather than how you'd expect a boat to, in that it's really weird and slow and lumbery.
Yeah.
And I guess you can upgrade your boat, but at least at the beginning,
Yeah, early
It's-
on you're kind of I think the sort of play loop that you're supposed to get into is like you do a few things, then you go back to London and there's quests, then you do a few things, then you go back to London
Yeah.
and there's quests. Um,
sort of trying to reinforce this idea of going home.
we got fabric.
Oh, nice. I love
Shake
that
it out
key.
and let it glimmer in the light.
That's
One-
exactly the sort of key that I put my hand into my pocket and cut myself on.
Yeah, it seems kind of sharp and scary. Parabola is the serpent place behind mirrors, or someone made that up. But in that case, where do they weave this sleek and ambery glimmering cloth?
This is the thing I love about Fallen London, is that that's not a
Bats.
metaphor. Like,
No, they mean it. They mean everything.
they don't necessarily mean that it is made in the serpent place, but they also don't know where it's coming from either. So
Like, that's as likely as anything.
yeah, like, I guess that's maybe an option. One of my favorite realizations when I played Fallen London, and I played quite a lot of Fallen London, was one of my favorite early realizations in that game was like, oh, hell is absolutely a thing, but they're mostly just like a load of bureaucrats.
Pretty
you
much.
don't, there'll be emissaries from hell and stuff that will appear every so often, or a devil that you'll find in London.
And there are bureaucracies for absolutely all of them. Like, there's offices and bureaus and organizations that manage even the most bizarre, awful things.
Has there been much of a presence of the bazaar in this yet?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. A little
Is
bit. I
there?
haven't done that much in London, so I
Well, I
imagine.
didn't know whether or not one of the houses was had dominion over the Undersea as well.
Hmm, maybe. I mean,
One
I'm
of the houses has got to govern
probably,
water
almost
properties.
certainly. This seems like it's going to fit in very close. Goddamn pirates.
There's a place in London called High Barnet.
Hmm.
So I like that there's Low Barnet has been sunk over there. I guess it's the same bit of London, except now it's just underwater.
Oh, probably. It did look like a submerged structure at some point. Leave me alone, jerk.
What's that big hole in the ground there?
I don't know.
On the peninsula of Wolfstack? Oh, I can't work out what I'm supposed to be looking at.
It's like tiny in the middle. Um, it's. I wish I could zoom in a little bit, but I also understand why I can't.
Yeah.
I really wish the logbook was bigger because it's so hard. Whoops. It's so hard to pay attention to this little tiny, tiny thing, and also look where I'm going and look at all this other
I'll
stuff
try and
that's
I'll try and
happening.
keep an eye on it for you.
Thank you. Also trying to keep an eye on the chat at the same time. I'm actually going to do myself a favor and pop the chat out and put it right next to the game window.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Because I have to keep turning my head and it's really weird. It's a weird
Is
thing.
there I'm trying to remember, is there a way we can see the map?
Yes,
Even with Fog of War?
there is a map view. 1 second. I'll just
Cool. That's okay.
stretch out my Twitch window here. Scoot it over that way. Scoot this over this way. Okay. Oh. Collect messages from the harbor master. All the clatter and song of the dockside. It soothes the soul. Are there any messages for you? Sure. Let's see. No, I guess not. Someone wants to sign on.
Oh, no, I guess
Like a
I
crew
guess
member.
those are the messages.
Oh.
Something has changed in the north. Maybe that means that
Yeah,
an update.
my
You're
last
pushing.
couple runs, I spent most of my time just fucking around in the sea. I didn't go back to London all that much. I'm not this part of the game is still a bit of
London's
a mystery.
London's not a very nice place.
No? It says
In the
here
real
she's the
world.
greatest city in the Untersee.
I
On
think
the
I'd probably
Untersee.
like I think I'd probably like London more if it had been stolen by bats.
Oh, there's a scary guy with a knife here to see me.
A little gift. Maybe he's just gonna give it to you. I got a knife for you.
Ah. Man. Very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call mentor, is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a
So well written.
dispensation, on account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Is Andrew in this game? So we can accept it.
It's a bribe, right? He wants us to do something.
Yeah, we can accept it, we can inquire further, or just be like, no.
I think it might be an idea to be like, hey, mister.
Especially since they sent this one-eyed guy with a knife.
Also, this guy is clearly like some Cockney bruiser. What's he saying?
He runs a very fine and liberal establishment just across the river. What is what is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. And public house. Oh man, I wish I could do these accents. I've watched a lot of Ripper Street, but I don't. That's all I got. And
You just
there's
need to do just your best Cockney. Just
I don't have a best. I don't have any Cockney. I don't have a best one, a worst one. And there's no
just do
obligation
your
to speak
mediocre
of.
Cockney.
My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Yeah, I mean, sure, whatever. 5 supplies, and, well, 10 fuel is okay.
But you just kind of know that in Fallen London, you'd get a storylet about the Medusa's Head one day, and it would be some awful place.
That's true.
Is it necessary to bring on more crew? Maybe. No, I think we're okay. For
7.
crew.
We're at the point I would definitely say is okay.
Do we need to get any stuff from the dispensation? No, what's it called? Um, no, the getting job getting. s- It's at the top of the list.
Uh, actually, hang on. Let's maybe offer some passage to some tomb colonists. That could be interesting.
So tomb colonists in Fallen London are basically,
Are they like the
I guess
bandage wrapped people?
zombies. Yeah, they're a cross between zombies and mummies. It's very hard to die in Fallen London, and instead you just sort of
Right.
once you get a bit too beaten up, you just sort of pack yourself into a coffin and head off to the tomb colonies.
Mm-hmm. I remember
Um,
that. That was really weird. We have 3 tomb colonists. Sounds good.
oh, Admiralty Surveys Office is the thing I was thinking of. They'll
Ah.
pay for information from Z captains to find out what and how. Oh, I guess they're not offering anything.
Or maybe they are.
Oh, weird.
Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Ask to speak to a higher authority. Or leave. I have no current commission, so I think this is like your quest givey place,
Okay, so
right?
they want us to retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Company funging station.
Funging? Funging?
I guess that's for collecting fungus, maybe.
Maybe.
Uh,
Sure.
Yo,
So wait, where are we going?
the northeast of London, the Iron and Misery
Okay.
Company funging station.
Ugh.
Um,
Okay.
is it also worth poking our noses into our lodgings to show people our lodgings, maybe?
Sure. We can always use the free news. We have new recent news. That's good.
Echo Bazaar has increased its tax on love stories. Trader Empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. Typical Trader Empress. Calendar Council, they're sort of like they're like this weird angry faction that just sort of tears around the city.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember public decency, but they seem to be destroying wasps. I don't know.
Well, wasps are pretty indecent.
Yeah, very indecent.
Also, there are different sort of life objectives. Right now, I think there are only 2, which is the pursuit of knowledge and the pursuit of money. Um,
And of
this
course, you went for
is...
money.
Did I? I did,
No.
but this is the thing for knowledge, which is kind of weird. My last character had the thing for knowledge, and I picked up her knowledge trait, but definitely picked get all the monies.
One of the things I really like about this
Maybe this
game
is the get all the monies, I don't know.
is that no, I guess that allows you to review options which will end the game. You can safely scrutinize them without choosing one. Not quite close. It's gonna do it. It's gonna do it 8 more times. 4 more times.
It's very atmospheric.
So one of the things that I really like about this game and about Fallen London is that they are evocative of Britain and the folk history and the slang of Britain in a particular place and time without falling into the trap of being hokey or show-offy or anything that I think a lot of people fall into a similar trap by like ye olde Britain. I say, Mr. Governor. What's like Jimmy
Yeah,
Sweet.
it sort of, by the same token, it evokes a lot of the stuff that makes things like steampunk interesting without
Yeah.
going full on like goggles
And I think part of the way it
gears
does
glued
that
on shit and
is that it just mixes it in with its own language and its own slang. And this game has a lot of its own slang.
oh, here's
You
our
know-
map, by the way.
Oh.
That's your chart. Whoops.
I did not know that was there. When I played,
It's a little compass down there.
I guess I was inopportunely pressing M over and over again.
I mean, that happens. Oh, dang bats.
Nekukuku in the chat asks, "What happens when you drive your boat into a wall?"
I've never Whoa, what's that? Is this the place we're going? It's a scary place.
Going for the Iron and Misery Fungin Station. We could check it on the chart.
This is Davies Bay. Is there a dock around here? Ah, goddamn bats.
God damn it, bats! Screw you, bats!
I don't think I have high enough. On my last playthrough, I did a lot of combat, and I got used to having, like, I had an officer that gave me a really good mirrors boost, and I got used to only having to flare twice, and I have to flare 3 times, and that's...
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find these people as we go. Happy Canada Day.
Thank you.
You feeling particularly patriotic?
I have a can of Canada Dry.
What's that?
That's ginger ale.
It- we're playing Sunless Sea, so when you say Canada Dry, literally the first thing I think of is dust.
I have a can of Canadian dust,
That you're just
imported fresh from the prairies.
just dipping a finger into.
Yep.
Are there Canadian prairies?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Are
The whole middle section is prairie.
Are they pretty? Like wildflowers and snakes
I mean,
and everything?
I don't think prairies are very pretty personally. It's just a lot of like,
Really? Prairies have never done it for you?
it's just, I mean, a small scale prairie is very different. Like when you have a nice kind of grassy, you know, but when you have like a prairie that extends for basically the better part of 3 provinces and it's just flat forever.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so a couple of things. We've gained a secret. Speak to our officers to improve our abilities.
Ooh, right,
We've
right, right.
also discovered Carissa's point and gained 50 fragments.
we
Also,
can increase
that
our
man-
hearts.
Is he human?
I don't know.
He
That's
says, "What do you?" He says, "What do you?" What he says, "What are you getting at?"
What's this thing mean? What
He's
is
saying,
that?
he's saying, "What are you getting at again?" Like he's complaining. He doesn't understand you.
Bora Garanaraga. What?
Yeah, what are you getting at again?
Okay. Okay. More hearts, thanks. Why'd I hire that guy?
He's a weirdo.
He's a bit of a weirdo.
So we're Carissa's point. Is there a port nearby on the map?
Oh, I should look at that. This
Not
map
right here, but there
is not.
might be north just a little.
Yeah, maybe. This feels kind of like a place we're supposed to be. This feels like a big
North.
place.
What's the bar slowly increasing in the bottom left? Hmm.
Oh, that's our like experience. So once this
Okay,
fills
we've
up, we get it.
discovered-
That's how we get it.
We've discovered Vendabite.
Here we go. Here's a
Oh,
port.
this looks like a
This
port
is where
to
we're
me.
dropping those people off.
The
So
tomb
this-
colonists?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can call them people, Ginny.
Well, they were once people, certainly.
Now they just cough and look at you sadly.
Did we drop our people off? Automatically? Probably, yes.
We can check our we can check our cargo, I guess.
Would they be in cargo?
Yeah, the tomb colonists, but they
What?
they counted. Yeah, look, there they are, in their coffins.
Oh. Well,
Oh, we sell them. We just sell them here.
oh, that's so depressing. I don't like that.
It's really sad.
We can't visit the Grand Curator. We don't have a key of histories. Oh, let's explore Vanderbilt.
That means it's not in the game yet.
Is this not the place? I thought this was totally the place.
Well, this does seem to be a tomb colony. This is a tomb colony of Vendabite. We could check our quest log and see.
Picnic.
Oh, awesome. Let's do it. Or should we...
search warily. Say 30%.
You know, it's those two options.
Let's have a picnic. Picnics are fun. A complacent stoker sits on a comfortable-looking stone. It rolls over, tipping him into an unseen pit of sorrow spiders who swarm him over, pump him full of venom, and fight over his eyes. By the time you've recovered his body for burial, the peace of the afternoon is quite sour. That's... wow. Okay. Well, we lost a crew member.
And we gain 5 terror, which I think is
now
probably a
nervous.
little conservative. I think.
Oof. Fighting over his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That's...
Oh, we have a port report. Along the coast of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace, or retreat to the southwest of England like I did. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a handful of or a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. You now have one of this: a port report, vendor bite. So I guess they'll be interested in that back home. Udna says you sell the tomb colonists in the shops. Go to the shops and sell the tomb colonists.
Where are the shops?
They're in the top bar there. Do you see? Shops.
Oh, duh, man. Can you tell I spent 90% of my time playing this game fighting crabs?
Yeah, basically. Channel Lounge. Channel
Right,
Lounge, that's
right,
where they sell them.
That's really bizarre. I mean, I
Well,
guess that's an easy way
think of
to
it not
handle
as-
that system, but
Think of it not as money for selling them, but think of it as them paying their passage.
yeah.
Like, as they leave the ship, we...
Mushroom wine.
The Hollow Temple, the image of a
Ooh.
long-snouted reptile god, still
can't.
stands in the temple, but now storytellers gather here, share your memories, and profit. I really like this game.
It's really neat. Ellie says that she frantically switched tabs quickly because she thought that you said Utena, which you did not. But someday maybe.
Sorry, Ali, sorry.
I don't think there's anything here we need.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
Can we check in our hold to see what the report is, or would that be in our journal?
it's just here.
It just says some of the
Yeah.
conspiracies are of interest in London. Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're basically done here. Is there anything in the stories? Or are there any officers that might...
Story is just that stuff. We have our
And there's nothing-
journal
we can't-
here, which has our accomplishments.
And there's nothing if we click on... we've exhausted everything in Venderbite, right?
I think so, yes.
Nothing in officers. What happens if we talk to Potato Man?
He just lets us level up, which we did. So we
Okay.
are all set with Potato Man.
What do your crew call you?
I think they just call me Captain.
Good crew. I can't remember what mine called.
I had a couple of my ladies, and then I was like, I'm gonna, change of pace.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
Cant's Abyss. Well, that seems like I can't tell if that's land or if that's weird
That's like
hole
depth.
in the water.
Yeah, it's like a hole in the water. Oh my god, bats!
There's so many bats. Oh boy.
Although, to be fair, what do you expect from the Undersea?
What if they... Yeah, let's combine them into 2 swarms. That's a good idea. What could possibly go wrong? I
Do
should
we want to
probably
aim for
stop and
the
fight
northeast, which is where the where they want us to deliver that thing to?
them. We already
Northeast of London.
delivered them there.
No,
That was
the
the thing we just did, right?
no, that was the tomb colonists. Remember, the Admiralty wants us to deliver the
Oh,
package to Iron
right.
and Misery.
Right, right. Great, let's fight these damn bats.
Fighting bats
Let's
with Jane
see. Maybe a seek and then a flare?
What
Is
does
enough?
Mist do?
Emergency
Emergency
repairs.
and observe.
Observe.
Oh yeah, observe is a new system they just added. Hold steady just one moment. Increases both your and enemy illumination by 5 and gains observations. 10 observations may earn something after the battle.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's part of a wider system that they're getting in which encounters are not just for combat, they're sort of for story. Mm-hmm. Moors D in the chat says, Bat problems, a diary of my travels through the Undersea.
We'll try an observation thing here. See what happens.
We gain any observations? We gain 5.
I think we got...
We got 2. We got 2.
Oh, 2. So you'd have to do that quite a lot.
Or be better at observing things.
Yeah, oh god, it's still alive.
It's watching us.
It is, that's very creepy.
It's observing something about us. All these bats.
I thought it was dead, I was not paying attention. Our terror is getting up there, so I think we're gonna just dispose of the corpses.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have some scattered observations. You learned something, but not enough. Or you didn't put it together in time. Cool. So we have a
They're bleeding.
fragment.
They're bleeding bats. What are you expecting?
Well, you know, it's...
Are we aiming somewhere in particular?
Northeast, I thought, right? There's a landmass
Yeah, no,
there.
sorry, I was getting east and west confused. I think it's
Oh,
just a little water maze there.
just never eat shredded wheat. That's how you remember. Well, those
Well,
are
it doesn't work
gross.
if you're going left to right. Oh,
Well,
what's
no,
that?
you go
Is that a
clock.
crab?
Whoa, gross. Yeah, there's some sort of underwater crab thing. You go clockwise. There's several of them. Oh boy. Great.
What are they? Austin wonders if he can get involved.
Sure, I didn't know he was back. Oh god, this is a new... The Lifeberg.
I'll just add him. Oh, wow.
I
What
fought
is
a
the
lot of
description?
crabs and angler crabs. The angler crabs are particularly not so great. There's an area that's just completely consumed by angler crabs, or whatever the hell they're called. Great. Man, I don't know. Sacrifice a Zailor to attract the Lifebird's attention. I bet this thing will kill us. It's probably gonna kill us.
Those rifts in the lifebug's surface, are they mouths? Lifebugs do not breathe. They kill from malice, not hunger, but they speak. Dear Christ, they speak.
Do you want to try and take this thing, or do you want to bail?
What is our thinking?
There's
We
a
got
real...
Austin.
It seems like there's a good chance it'll kill us, but we can also sacrifice a sailor. The crew will hate us, but we'll get out.
I've added Austin, but he doesn't seem to be...
He might be adding his stuff, getting his headset and things in line.
I'm just going to go grab a charging cable, which is basically me just like jumping overboard and going, deal with it.
Oh boy. I'm gonna sacrifice a guy. I'm a coward. We gained a lot of terror from that. Whoa, this is really snowy up here. Sensors arch. Oh, I can't dock there. Dang.
What do we do?
I sacrificed a dude, and then we bounced.
Is that ice?
Here's a port. What
Hey,
up?
Hey, Austin, I was just about to send you a
Oh
message.
god, this island has writing all over it.
how's
Oh,
how's it? How's it going?
I said dock. Oh god, okay.
How do you
Hey.
feel about the game, Austin?
We did all right. We played well. Next time, you know.
It was a
I
really,
was happy
really
with our
watchable
performance.
game.
Honestly, it was. I'm very
Fantastic.
mellow about it.
You're mellow about lots of things.
I do all right.
Okay, so the Isle of Codex. Codex, a desperate
That's a good
cave full
name.
of mute exiles, and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. Cool. I guess we can't do anything here. It just says perhaps not.
Mognite in the chat says, "Yo, something is up with Sensors Arch."
Yeah, it's all snowy there. I don't know what the story
Oh.
is. Someone has some. Is
Those
that
are the road
Austin?
lines.
Is there like a weird?
Yeah, sorry, that's my plumbing. I'll mute myself.
Oh, okay.
It's an old house, and I
Okay.
can't find my actual headset.
That sounds like a ghost. I think
It
there's probably
does.
a
It
ghost
sounds
in
a
there,
bit like a
Austin.
ghost. You should
It's
watch out for
very old
ghosts.
plumbing.
Well, old plumbing in the sense, that it's got old stories and old
Yes.
mysteries.
Oh boy. Oh boy. These Lifebergs, man.
It's a life.
It's like a
They're
living
basically
iceberg.
Angry living icebergs, yeah, and apparently they talk and they say horrible things.
I believe that.
About your family.
Were they that specific?
I don't know. Sure.
So how's this going so far? How far in are you?
That's a hard question to answer.
I mean, how far into
Um,
this playthrough are you?
Oh,
How many
we've
hours?
we've gone around a little bit. We dropped off some tomb colonists. We met some weird sisters.
Sure. I like the two
Um,
colonists. That was
Oh,
beautiful.
I'd say I'm
Salt
about
is
where I
looking at us,
died my last time.
Okay.
which is
Oh
bad
yeah.
news.
Is it?
What's an
Well, I
average
mean,
playthrough of this last in terms of compared to other games like it?
man, those are hard questions to answer. For me, so far, as I mentioned earlier, I've spent a lot of my time like running around the sea and fighting stuff. Sorry, the Z and fighting stuff and running from other stuff. But there's this whole other thing when you go back to port in London, where there's kind of quests and things that you can do, and we're only just kind of dipping into that now.
Sure.
But it's weird to say because it's what's a playthrough of it like? I don't know.
At the moment,
Longer than FTL?
probably a
Kind
bit
of.
longer, I assume, because the story needs to.
But also right now the maps I think are static. I don't know if that's
Okay.
always going to be the case, but
They're
right
not
now it is the
procedural.
case.
I think that once you get out of home waters or close to
Oh,
home
does it
waters,
change
calm. But not in this build.
Okay. Because I'd heard that's what they were going for.
Right.
Oh boy. Sailors at the rail call softly. Something swims beneath the ship. I saw it looking up at us. One says his voice a tremble. Call them away. Don't look. Or I don't know. Let's catch it.
Let's catch it.
You have a 66% chance of catching whatever the hell that thing is.
This cannot go wrong.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll work out.
Yeah,
for
we
me.
didn't do that. That didn't. Yeah, we're scared more now.
Mm,
We're at 72.
that's not good.
At the
No.
moment, although we seem to have gone off course just a little, we were aiming for the Iron and Misery Corporation in the northeast, where we were giving some documents from London.
Here's
This is
Sure.
Demo.
Follow London.
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know where that island.
Oh, we've discovered Iron and Misery, apparently. We've discovered it, according to our logbook.
Oh, just now? Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
so maybe it's
So
on
it must
Demo
be.
Island.
I bet it's in this. What the fuck is that?
I think it's kind of a... maybe there's a port on the east side of Demo
Normally
Island.
normally when you discover something.
That's Bonnie Reef.
No, it must be on that other island. Normally when you discover something, it's whatever your spotlight is pointed at.
I have a question. As someone who's coming to this from many hours with Fallen London, how charming can I be in this game?
Very charming. This is another thing I mentioned earlier. Here it is. Here's the thing we need. That this game is basically like Fallen London for people who did not like the slow burn of Fallen London.
I
Like the
appreciate
fact that you could only do a few things a day and then you were kind of done.
Yeah, I like that.
It's very much
the
just
narrative slow
more
burn of
of
Fallen
that.
London.
Me too. I like Fallen London a whole bunch, and I eventually hit the point where there was no way for me to progress any more than once a week in terms of like investment and grinding, or I had to put in money, and I was like, eh. I have another question. Is a funging station, does it have to do with fungus?
Yeah, it's
There's a bunch of mushrooms in the back here.
I&M
so-
has a funga operation here, felling giant bolagous shrooms for building materials, harvesting kirili for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We go quite mad out here otherwise. Ha ha ha. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance?
Oh, sorry. I should also clarify. I saw Andrew in the chat saying, "What is this?" I had just set the stream to say that we were playing Fallen London because Sunless Sea is not in the database yet.
Sure.
So we were playing Sunless Sea, which is what it says in the title, which is sort of a continuation on that universe. They go hand in hand quite nicely. I think at some point they also said they wanted to make it so you could import your character, but I don't know how that would fit into the sort of the more roguelike-ish
To an
element of the
extent,
game.
I kind of want a clean break from my character,
Yeah.
just so I'm not mired and all that stuff.
Or like when your character inevitably dies, then like,
Yeah.
well, I guess
What?
Fallen London, it's like a Splinter universe. Like I don't know.
So the Admiralty basically asked us to give some people here some stuff and bring back some stuff as well.
We can have tea with people. Ooh, we have strategic information.
Tell the Admiralty, tell them I miss my children, tell them I can't take it here much longer. The spores, the dark.
Buddy.
Right?
We have 80 terror.
Yeah, we have 80 terror. Oh boy.
Oh, my
What's-
fan just started.
What's terror?
Terror is terror.
It's basically like nightmares in Fallen London.
Sure.
Let's have some tea, I guess. Is that how you spell veranda? Is there an H at the end of that?
Yeah, we spell it like that.
You sit on the veranda of the factor's house, looking out over the fungal jungle. An expansive green and sour gold. The air is thick with hovering spores. The scones are stale. Even the tea tastes a little moldy. But the factor is good company.
Delicious.
He shares odd stories about the Gant pole. Gant pole?
Yeah, the Gant pole.
Where
know the Gant
monsters where monsters swarm, about the seductions of the principles of coral, the infestation at Featherhaven. He also has a lot of Boligus frond carted above your ship. Sorry, carted
I love
aboard
a
your
big
ship.
Boligus frog.
He waves away your
It's
thanks.
chew on.
I have eaten so
Yeah.
much of the stuff I fear I might be transformed entirely into fungus. He leans confidentially towards you.
That's
It
why I
happens,
eat
you
it.
know, but one does have to eat rather a lot of it first. Gross.
We lost to terror. We're only haunted now.
Great. Aw. I was hoping we
Oh,
could...
we could have accepted the volunteer rather than take tea. Somebody was
Yeah.
volunteering to come on board.
That's a shame. We can't do anything now.
Should we take a round trip back to London?
Yeah.
How often do you do that? How often do you head back to town?
I mean,
Janine
how
doesn't
often
very
you
often.
want? Yeah, that's my thing. I need to start doing. That's the thing that I've realized in playing this is
'Cause you
I
can
always just
re-outfit your
kind of
ship and-
yeah, I always just kind of like
Mhm.
zoom out into the murderous hell sea, and then
And also,
I'm never
also,
seen again.
The bazaar is in London, like it's actually there in the
Sure, of
game,
course.
so you can interact with them. And they obviously are stocking
Mhm.
basically everything you'd expect them to. They just recently raised the tax on love stories.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah,
That season, though, you know. It's,
yeah. Calendar Court causing some problems. Traitor
Aren't they
Empress.
always?
Traitor Empress has banned people from singing in the streets outside her palace, which is just like her.
I swear. She thinks she owns it all. Are those
She
our
might.
crew members? Yeah, also, she might. Are those our crew members in the top right? What's
Yeah, we got a little sleepy ferret.
Those
who
are
either-
officers
Yeah.
specifically.
He either gets
Sorry.
angry with us, or he bites us, or he might do something else, but we don't know.
Sure. Are we
Sometimes
doing
he's
all of
he's
that?
mostly like barely tolerant of our bullshit.
We've also got the emissary from Lumpy Face Potato People,
Mhm.
and he helps us out when we need to level up.
Okay.
Also, he's the
Also-
cook.
Also, we have no supplies.
Are we
We
being
have
chased?
We have
right
8 supplies.
Oh, right, sorry, the screen share was weird. Oh, also important to note, Austin, I don't know if they do it in Fallen London, I don't think they do, but in this, it's implied that there is this, I guess the easiest way to describe it is like the adversary is called Salt, and seems to be a thing. Like,
Also,
Also,
Salt
our
Box.
last name is Salt, which is
That's what I was
kind of
gonna say.
unfortunate.
Janine's name is
Did we
Beatrix
pick-
Salt.
Beatrix
Pick
Salt.
that name, and
Nope.
then it turned out.
It was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Interesting.
Let's have lunch with Phoebe.
I've got a friend called Phoebe.
Phoebe's a nice name.
It's a really, really nice name.
I feel like-
Sorry, what? What were you gonna say?
Nothing. I'm just going to ramble about Phoebe.
Okay.
Phoebe's
No,
caught a bad
I'm
break.
intrigued. Go on, Austin.
I just think Phoebe's caught a bad break in her lifetime.
Sure.
That Friends really.
Yeah.
You gotta live under the shadow of that Phoebe now. You know?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's tough, that's all. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, she's nothing like that Phoebe. So I guess she's broken out of the mold, but it must have been an effort.
Yeah. They have to
could-
live under someone called Steve Austin, Austin Powers.
Uh-huh.
Even that's not a Phoebe. Like a Phoebe. Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nekukuku in chat says, is there a clear storyline or endgame in this game? It's still in early access. The early access actually just launched today. So if there is, it's probably not 100%
And
in place
also
right now.
with Failbetter, which is the company that makes these games, it's genuinely hard to tell.
Yeah, they
because-
like some open-ended kind of
genuinely
loopy.
weird things with their narratives, and like a thing that they'll often do in Fallen London is lure players into thinking that they're playing the main story for sometimes months at a time, and then go like, "Boop, side story."
Yeah,
It was a side story all along.
which is fun.
Yeah, no, I really, really like.
Yeah. So, Phoebe has a story to tell of two lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Untersea shimmers below. Islands lie like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast spined things pulse in the depths. There's a scent like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there you finish the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits.
Those are my favorite brand of biscuits.
I thought it was going to be
I
someone
made
else.
Oliver.
Did you?
Yeah,
How's he doing?
he died.
Right. How's he doing?
He's up in the Toon colonies.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
We have a
spent
memory
some
of
time
distant
there.
shores.
yeah.
Yeah, here's the thing. Fallen London is like, what if you let the most interesting people in the world rewrite every social game you've ever played? And like change all the currencies from energy to the sadness you feel on your 17th birthday.
Right.
That's
Like,
a really accurate
this-
description.
uh-huh.
So this game was also made by Austin and I in a parallel universe where we
Yes.
are 50 times better writers.
I only don't play Fallen London because it reminds me of that I'll never make anything as beautiful as Fallen London.
God,
Should
can
we
you
apply
imagine what it'd be like to write this
Should we?
game?
I've thought a lot about not just applying to them, but doing their
Yeah.
what's their thing called?
Um,
Storium? Is that them?
The
Or no,
Nexus,
what's
the Nexus story
the
Nexus?
story.
Yeah, I've thought about it too, but at the same time, I kind of want to just dive knee deep into their language, into their rhythm.
Me too. And
'cause
I'm guessing
it would be so much fun.
you guys have already talked about the way in which this game handles gender really well.
Yeah.
We touched on it briefly, yeah.
Janine is the captain right now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to favor my lady, but
The lady's nice. I have no problem with that.
I remember being really impressed, not just by the range of options the first time I played, but also how evocative they all were.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go the extra
there
mile to make.
This is the first time I'm seeing actual combat. Nice.
we could send the ship back. We're actually quite close to home.
What do we get out of it?
I don't know. We have an 80% chance of success, so let's go for it.
We
You're
have
fortunate.
one to the victor, the spoils.
Sure.
And we have 2
Uh,
crew members. That's not good. We need to go back to London.
No, we're on our way back, but we can claim our prize money once we...
Austin, I said to Janine, High Barnet is an actual, suburb of
Ooh.
London. It's an actual region of London. So I guess
Is
this
there
it,
no
just,
low bar?
just sunk underwater. No, there's
Yeah.
no High Barnet.
That's interesting.
I don't know whether or not, after London was stolen by bats, they called it Low Barnet, or whether or not they literally only called it Low Barnet after it's sunk underwater.
Well, so here's my question. I don't recall fully, but I thought that there was also, London still exists in the world of Fallen London, right?
What do you mean, like
Just-
surface London?
Surface London exists.
I don't
The
think it
surface
does.
world exists, doesn't
The
it?
surface
The
world.
surface world
absolutely
exists, yeah.
But surface London doesn't.
See, I thought surface. Okay, I did not understand that.
No, London
Even
was
though I-
literally stolen by bats
Oh,
during the reign of Queen Victoria.
Yeah. There was like a big
Nice.
war, and then...
And I can't,
I just never followed those. Yeah.
I can't speak too much for it because my character's investigations in Fallen London just kept coming up with dead ends, and I think the masters of the bazaar were trying this. To be clear about how amazing Fallen London is, this isn't me telling the story of what happened in like a deliberately storytelling way. This is like actual,
Yes, of course.
I think the masters of the bazaar were trying to foil my efforts to find it, and Hell got involved.
Sure.
But as far as I can remember, something happened to Queen Victoria when London fell, and I
Yeah.
think she's still in the world somewhere. She might be the traitor empress. I don't know.
Hmm.
The trail went cold before I could even.
As it does. Yeah. Trader
Uh,
Empress does. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to read the hardtack and water
Please.
had an unexpected box of nails. Sorry. Hardtack and water and an unexpected box of nails. A would-be wit remarks that the nails look tastier than the hardtack until an officer's glare silences her. Forgot some food.
No, a bug fell in my tea.
Ew.
Don't do that.
Here's the write up for London, originally
Oh, it's a
titled
tiny
Echo
crab.
Bazaar, from Wikipedia. The titular bazaar of the game is occasionally spoken of as though it were a sentient being. It is controlled by several masters, each with their own control over fallen London's businesses. Mr. Apples, for instance, controlling agriculture, while Mr. Fires rules industry. The monarch of the city, the Trader Empress, which is a link that goes to Queen Victoria, sold the city to the bazaar and allowed it to be taken to spare the life of her husband, Albert, Prince Consort. London is only the latest, fifth city to be taken underground in a pattern
Yes.
stretching thousands of years.
And if I-
Certain
No, sorry.
storylines show that it has not lost contact with the outside world. Surrounding fallen London is the Untersee, a subterranean ocean with many islets and infested with monstrous sea life. Experienced players may sail across it and visit other locations in connection with the storylines based in fallen London. And there's more, but that's yes. So it seems like
Like the fourth city is somewhere in China, I think.
sure.
Because I remember getting like a whole load of jade artifacts that
Right, yes.
that
Oh,
kicked me into a whole
right.
bunch of nightmares from the fourth city or from the fifth.
Which plays a lot into the era that this is kind of evoking, which is sort of distant East world, and
So-
he does it in a very respectful and interesting way, honestly.
So before you got on the stream, I
Yes.
was saying that one of the reasons that I like the game is because it uses a whole lot of like old British folk culture and slang
Sure.
without falling into the trap of like, ye olde Britain, governor. Oh, how's it going?
Pip
We
pip
did present
cheerio.
something.
Which I think other games definitely have a problem with. But I think that Fallen London also absolutely applies that same tactic to, and I wouldn't say it's always successful, but it's a lot more successful than others, to issues of colonialism and issues of those sort of things, largely by, to an extent, having issues of colonialism at the very core of the story.
Colonialism.
There's a glow crab infestation or something, which is new. It's just a new thing outside of London. There's crabs now.
Oppression of the mad, quote unquote, and the sick, right? Like the distance that the two colonies have from Fallen London itself.
Yeah, totally.
And, all sorts of issues of like this era of history and of colonial power.
And industrialization and capitalism and
I love it. I'm a big fan. This is
also,
me.
did you see the game in a bar, Austin?
I did.
Is one of the reasons that you're partly in an NPR voice because you were doing shouting?
No, it's because I'm drunk.
Doing shouting.
I was doing a bit of shouting, but
Uh-oh, the
I'm
blind
doing it
bruiser
very-
would like a word.
quiet.
Oh, we signed up with like a real governor, like a real
Yeah. Also,
Um,
some
bruiser.
we
He
have
was
to get a
like,
tattoo
"All right,
or
do you want a
something.
gift then?" And we were like,
Mhm.
"What for?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just a dispensation for my master." So we were like, "I guess so." And now our master wants to talk to us.
Ooh, this tattoo will increase our mirrors.
The unflinching eye.
Yeah,
did you
depending on like the various things that we have, if we have a tale of terror, etc., etc., we have a memory of distant shores, so
Okay.
we can get a tattoo related to that.
Nice.
I think this is their placeholder for like, we don't have an image for this yet. Sorry.
Sure.
Quarter note says, "What kind of a game is this?" The serious answer is it's a narrative-driven underwater sea exploration roguelike. The silly answer is it's a Fallen London game, and that tells you all you need to know.
So we got a tattoo from Lily Clathermont, I guess.
From Clathermon's tattoos. Oh my
Sure,
god, Clathermon's
yeah.
tattoos. They're like
Yeah.
they work really closely with spies.
Sure.
I see what type of character you had now, Jack. CPU associate.
An
be
occurrence.
clear.
Your
With the
own sweet
Bohemian.
skin quality is now the unflinching eye. Okay.
If I was 16, I would do a lot of role playing in the world of
We lost 25 terror. That's great.
Instead, Austin, you're just coming on and doing it on a stream with us.
Exactly.
Oh, we can visit the university.
Oh, we
'Cause
can.
We're not an
Secrets.
antiquarian.
We have one
Antiquarian no more than 0. What's your antiquarian stat at, Austin?
a 3, sadly. It's getting up there these days.
You know.
It's collecting.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
We can submit our report from Vendor Bite. We have 1 Admiralty's favor now.
Ooh.
So one of the things that this game does is it kind of tracks. It tracks a lot of stats. So the fact that we got an Admiralty's favor will not only let us do more stuff, it'll open up more stories.
Did you just spend that admiral? Oh, you just received that admiral.
Yeah, we got it because we spent
Right.
we spent
Oh, we have the
information
strategic
about Vendor Bite.
information too.
Right.
Which-
So in other words, not only is it a currency you can spend, but simply by having it,
Yeah, by getting.
Ah,
Oh, we went to see the admiral.
yeah, he's a
You are.
creepo.
If we scroll up, shall we read the thingy? You're ushered into his office off Mansion's Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. The admiral will purchase intelligence from him. So we can pass on strategic information, we can ask what he needs, discover his desires. We can submit port reports. We've already submitted port reports. So basically, I think what this guy is this guy is a more complicated menu of the previous menu.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh my god,
I was gonna
DSHS7
say, yeah.
just said that one of the new patch notes is an imaginary officer can sometimes be recruited when terrorists.
That's pretty
when
good.
terrorists are 5+.
That's so good.
Pretty good.
Circadian Wolf says, I'm really interested in games that are more comfortable with using text or choose your own adventure style mechanics within a systemic framework. Zafe House Diaries comes to mind as well. Also, the Zafe House Diaries are, I think, true facts. I'm doing King Dragon Pass currently as a stream. We're looking in that and definitely doing Zafe House Diaries. That was the.
Did we not want to
Oh, we're an
now
antiquarian now.
And the alarming scholar wants to talk to us.
Ooh.
Also, was it worth our while to discover the green-eyed man's desires?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't. I didn't. Well, okay. We gained pages. And lost our secret. Whoa. Creature's sudden moods and provoking teeth must be her. Is it her appointment at the University Maritime Liaison was precautionary to keep it? I don't know what's going on here with the gender stuff, but start was roughly. I have a budget of positions. I guess we don't have anything for her.
No.
But that has unlocked itself, I guess. Now.
Let's pop back in here.
Yeah, if we talk to the highest authority.
I can't go back.
Belgium!
They want more from Iron. No, fine. Maybe if we go back there, if we end up back there.
Or maybe we'll be able to bring on the volunteer from There's a megalops infestation outside Fulham, London. Something's driven these glowing terrors north. So I wonder
Those
if
weird
something's-
glow crabs.
might be worthwhile to bring on more crew.
So, someone had asked, what exactly does crew do for you? Yeah, Neku asked, how does the amount of crew members affect gameplay?
It seems by and large to be a matter of like flexibility. Sometimes you need crew members to use as bait.
Sure.
You need crew members if you want to claim ships, and then you get money. Various things like that. And we have a new recruit here. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay.
So maybe first crew, then see what's happening in dry dock, and then a new recruit.
We should also put the ship in dry dock for repairs, probably. We have a lot of
Leadbeater and
echoes.
Stingrod, and Cotterell and Hather Sage.
25 points of hull.
I'm going to be back in just 1 second.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right, the rats are also... Yeah.
A thing. Yeah.
Yep, they're a
Fallout.
whole thing. I mean, we have a lot of echoes. Let's just go for the good repairs. Okay. Let's get our new recruit. Oh, we get to pick an officer.
Ooh, what are our
So we
options?
can choose the tireless mechanic. Afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have children. Too busy working. Always busy working. Haha, yes, well. The Carnelian Exile. Captain, I know the way. Let me show you.
What's the mouse over on that side? Sometimes available. Fire.
It's just like if you don't have one
Just
already, you
away.
can have it.
Right. Yeah.
50
can't
echo, 50
deny.
echo. Or just a random Zailer.
And that's just a crew member, right? That's not an officer. It's a sailor. I feel like we should. How many echoes do we have?
Oh, an officer.
We're good for echoes. We can definitely afford an officer.
I feel like we should get the Carnelian Exile, but that's just because I've been seduced by their mysterious
Mystique.
claim. Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to go and pour an entire can of Pringles over the head of the Belgian captain.
It's weird that he's just in your house.
No, I went and found him.
Okay. I wonder...
Awkward.
Maybe he's like Veils and maybe she's like Mirrors? Let's go for the Carnelian Exile. It sounds cool.
Agreed.
Here I am. A ship, I suppose, is both always here and never there because there becomes here. Okay.
That's true.
She's got her head
Sounds
screwed on, right?
good. Yeah.
Yep.
We also want to hire more crew.
Yes.
We lost 1 Terra, gained 2 crew. We succeeded in a Hearts challenge.
Wait.
I would like more crew,
They steal
though.
this from us, Jack? Also, Jack, what are you doing, let's say, tomorrow?
I'm not doing anything tomorrow. I need to read up on it during the day.
Yeah, so would I.
Cool. Okay.
What time?
I
There's
will,
nothing. We'll talk.
I'll get back to you tomorrow. Because we'll need a lot the right amount of time. Also, they fucking stole our mechanics. Just...
I think they did.
Let's do a fall in London.
Do we want to buy any? We can sell. Ooh. Oh, that doesn't sell for that much. Maybe we can
Why isn't
sell
the
our
officer in our
parabola
officer's
linen.
place?
Oh yeah, should we have to equip that officer we had or something?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything we want to buy or...
And just screaming, go and stand in the bridge!
Yeah, an assistant.
Ooh. Oh, it's one of the rats.
This is essential for use of the pneumatic rat delivery service.
You want someone to take a look inside that. It wasn't Rata's favorite.
Rats in Fallen London are very active and communicative and intelligent. I guess kind of the closest analog I can think of, and it doesn't even do them justice, is sort of Sherlock Holmes's Urchin Network. Is kind of what they do. In that they sort of scuttle around street corners and can be used to both convey and gain information.
They very much do remind me of the Victorian British equivalent of Yogs.
We could buy some torpedoes.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten
Little
about that.
factional of little troublemaking.
Yeah.
A lot stronger than you give them credit for.
And I really wouldn't at all be surprised if they have a London underneath England.
I wonder what Foxfire candles are for in this context.
Yeah, I used to collect those.
Yeah. I know they're commodity, but...
Mm-hmm.
What did you use them for, Austin? Just trade, or...?
No, I was using them for some What was I using them for? I'm gonna look it up. But I needed them.
So one benefit of Fallen London's weird, slow system is that it deliberately obfuscates the scale of the game, and the scale of your place within it. Because I know that Fallen London is huge. I know that it's huge, but in my head, it's just phenomenally huge. Because in order to do anything in it, it takes time, and it takes like looking at the contents of my inventory over and over again. And And I mean, yeah, that's a bummer when it comes to wanting to actually play the damn thing, but in terms of memory of the game, it makes the place bigger in my head.
I think it had to do with the prison. There's something with the prison.
All the prisoners wear masks.
Right.
I don't remember why.
Right, those are torpedoes. I think I'm gonna sell this linen that we found.
Oh, Austin, parabola linen is made by serpents behind mirrors, or so they say. It might just be a story, but absolutely nobody knows where it comes from.
You act as if I'm uninitiated in the arts of parabola linens, Jack.
Is parabola linen a full London thing? I don't remember ever having seen it.
No, I have no idea.
Have you visited the mirror serpent lands?
Alright, we have this prize money. Let's see how much prize money we got here. 100 Echo, that's okay.
What do we get that for?
For that
for
boat
the
that we
ship, I see.
reclaimed. So that's kind of the reason to do that. Also, we... Oh, well, I guess I hired too many crew, because we got some of our crew back and now have one extra.
That's fair.
Oh.
Parabola linen. They harvest flax along the rivers where nightmares spawn. Who do? Best not ask.
Oh, is
And
that
then-
what
that's-
the wiki says?
Yes, correct.
Huh.
Well, the Echo Bazaar wiki.
But
There are only a few uses. There's only 3 uses of parabola linen in the game.
now this
One
game
of them
seems
is a mask in the marshes. This game is great. This is Fallen London is a great game. Great universe.
this game seems to be suggesting that it's made by a sort of parallel universe of snakes hidden behind or contained within mirrors, much like
Much like the snakes hidden in our
no, the way that you come to discuss Tlon or Ubar.
Sure, yes.
Oh, harpoons.
You know, mirrors are sinful because they keep making parabola linen, I guess.
Do I have to buy harpoons, or do I just get auto harpoons? Because I think for torpedoes, you have to buy torpedoes.
That would make sense. Our harpoons.
I was playing a hyper-complicated ASCII roguelike in which you commandeered a submarine the other day, and I couldn't work out how to play it, but it seems like the sort of thing that one of us will one day work out how to play, and we'll just...
What's the game?
It's called, I think it's called Submarine Commander. I'll link it to you in the chat.
Sounds good.
No one seems to be selling harpoons, so maybe you can just get a harpoon thing and it's cool.
So one of the cool things about this game is all the controls are contained within like panels, like what's that mech game called? Steel Battalion?
Sure.
Except it's very hard to remember not only what the panel components do, but where they actually are on the submarine. So as the torpedo deck is flooding, everybody's like dashing between like, oh my god, is it on the map
That's
screen?
really great.
Is it on the
Right.
something or other screen?
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. I don't see any harpoon.
Also, I wasn't paying attention. I thought that equipped to my deck, but it seems to equip to forward, which is... But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
You just know that in the final game, that Carnelian officer that we got will,
There she is.
our Carnelian exile will have a story contained with them.
Yes. Yes.
Have we tried talking to her?
I don't know if we can... Yeah, that's how you just level up. but eventually we can invite her to dine with us.
At some point.
I think we're ready to go out
Alright.
again. Blah. Oh boy.
Good evening, Captain, and what a marvellous evening it is, if you don't mind my saying so, and given as it is my impression that you are an obliging sort, I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you are so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo, if you happen to be in the area. The cheery man will of course cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience.
Sure. I think we have the space for it, so... Oh, we're
If
smuggling
you would be
souls.
so
That's good.
kind
Oh.
to deliver this little gift to our friends in Mr. Palmerston, then they will see we gets to hear about it. And when you come back, we'll cover your expenses. Bon voyage, as my aunt, who was French by birth, if not by inclination, used to like to say. This game's really good.
It's super
I
cool.
think it's Mount Palmerston.
Mr.
It would not have surprised me if it was Mr. Palmerston.
Delivered into Mr.
My
Palmerston.
friend in Mr. Palmerston.
We've had talking icebergs.
It's true. It's not. I wouldn't rule it out.
It's not wrong.
Well, we're smuggling souls. Where did he say that was?
Well, we know
Did
that
he say where that was?
to Mount Palmerston.
Where is that?
No, I guess we don't. We do know from their. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say because they said it in one of their road maps. But I think it might be a thing that other people might like to discover. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was not far
Alright.
wrong with Mr. Palmerston. Mount Palmerston, named of course after Palmerston, the Foreign Secretary during the reign of God, can't remember, but Palmerston was the Foreign Secretary, and Palmerston was the man who the term gunboat diplomacy was first applied to. Palmerston's favorite diplomatic tactic was literally like, let's send gunboats, and the Hong Kong crisis, the Opium Wars, happened within his lifetime.
And we
his
can just
solution
bail on this crab.
to that whole diplomatic crisis was like, well, I say we can just
Oh,
shoot them.
fuck.
See that?
But yeah, I remember when studying the period, Palmerston was really funny in that you basically had foreign ministers, like a succession of foreign ministers who basically did what you expected foreign ministers to do, you know, like diplomacy, little bit of war going on here, you know, like basic understanding, and then along comes Palmerston, he's like, alright, fuck you guys. I'm not a foreign minister, I'm a minister for like fighting people.
He'd also been a prime minister for quite some time.
Yeah, he did, and I think he was pretty awful as the prime minister as well.
Yes, he had some sort of a thing called the Arrow controversy. It was about a pirate ship called Arrow.
Oh yeah,
Of
I
the
remember
Chinese.
this. He basically just messes everything up, doesn't he?
Yes.
Boom.
Pretty
Take
much.
that, tiny golden crab.
Oh.
Ooh, we can dissect it now.
Well, why would you not want to?
Yeah, I don't know. Cool.
Yet another of this game's similarities to Far Cry 3.
We made a boat wallet out of that crab.
You got a crab coming in from the stern fast, Captain. Do we know where Mr. Palmerston is at all?
Ooh,
We've
Abbey
discovered Abbey
Rock.
Rock and the Sisterhood.
What up? Creepy underwater underground hell nunnery. Into it.
No, Janine. Crucial distinction. Fallen London is not hell. Hell is still waiting for Fallen London.
Sure. Good point. A black spit of an island, far from anywhere anyone would want to go. It's not
is a
that far.
full fucking cathedral that they've built on that.
They've done a good job.
Okay, wow, there's a lot of choices here. We can trade supplies, compile a
Here's
port
the
report,
Fortress Covenant, or Convent. That's really good.
watch the convent.
Hey, and just hang out.
Yeah, this is the sort of game that just reminds me how unimaginative I really am.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team. It is a team effort. And it's all they do, Jack.
That's true.
Can you imagine waking up in the morning and going to work and then inventing a fallen monastery or fallen abbey and
Austin,
Oh.
do you think we'd have a better chance at applying for them if we applied as a team?
Probably. We just send them chat logs. Is that acceptable?
We just call Alexis and get him play a game with Alexis.
Right.
God, that'd be so good.
Oh.
We should send it. We should send it.
The muscular prioress, the abbess's lieutenant, comes to the door to listen.
The tough gamer in the chat says, "Hey guys, I'm a girl gamer. Just recently started streaming. I was wondering if you could tell me about your experience in Twitch. I'm streaming now." I'm guessing
Okay.
it's mostly directed at Janine.
Oh. I've had good and bad. Mostly good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I don't think I'm the person to ask. I think the people who I think the people, especially the lady streamers who see the most of any given thing on Twitch are the ones who use face cams.
Yeah.
And I
that's
have
true.
never and will never use a face cam.
Yeah.
Well, but
Specifically
in the sense that
because
you
of
are
those
using
things,
one
'cause
right now, and it's the person up in the top right of the screen.
Sure.
That is a pretty accurate.
You're just very still when you're playing.
I just like I there are certain things that face cams seem to attract that as much as I like kind of facing garbage and dealing with it, because I more or less have the stomach to in general. I just don't really, have never been in a place where I want to invite that necessarily.
Sure.
Are we done with the sisterhood?
I think so, yeah. Like we got a news
Did they not want to
report.
see us? Did we knock on the door?
Oh, did I? I don't remember. I think isn't that how we saw the muscular prioress?
I think the knock on the door option was still available, but
I think that's because we had more news.
so when
I
I
don't want
was
to
a
blow all our
child,
news on them.
I went on holiday to a very small collection of islands on the south of England called the Scilly Isles.
Oh, fuck.
Scilly. And they're 5 islands, and they are like something out of Fallen London in terms of... they're like something out of the Undersea. They are like weirdly idyllic and at the same time... Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, your cook is outraged. One of the tomb colonists has woken from his coffined rest and found his way to the stores. When the cook came across him, he had consumed half a wheel of cheese and an alarming quantity of suet. Ew. So we can throw him overboard or return him to the hold.
Return him to the hold, I think.
Yeah, don't throw them overboard.
Just-
I'm a sucker for the tomb colonists. I really
We
am.
lost one
Yeah.
supplies.
We have 8.
We went to Venderbight earlier, Austin, which is a tomb colony. And I don't think I've ever been to a tomb colony
Oh,
before.
look at that big crab.
Yeah, I don't... Are you gonna do your
But-
thing? You're not gonna do your thing, really?
We hear the voices that will not be drowned. This is the sea of voices. We are close to Polythreme, where nothing is truly dead.
Oh, good.
We might have gone out of the place where there's stuff by now. I don't know. It might be worth checking.
Maybe. What the hell? That's a longboat or
Oh.
something?
Oh no, we are still in a place where there's stuff.
Unfinished men of the Sea of Voices, maimed clay constructs cast out of Polythreme. Oh, the music also got real weird.
Mm.
We
Can we
I don't want to
communicate
fight
with them?
them, I just...
I don't think that they're combative.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
Also,
They're
what
coming
is
for us.
this?
We've discovered Ace Cave.
Oh boy. I wanted to dock in that place, but we might get murdered here.
Unfinished men. Something has gone awry with their.
They have a
construction.
real boat.
Oh, they do. They have more crew than us, and the same on the pole. All right, so can you talk to me a little bit about what's happening here?
Right now, it starts you off paused. And what you have to do is you want to illuminate your enemy, and each attack requires a certain amount of illumination. So the
Ooh,
attack
I
I'm
think-
using here requires 50 illumination, basically because everything's really fucking dark.
Yeah.
So you have different ways to illuminate things. You have a slow one that doesn't illuminate you, but these other ones are faster and will also add to your illumination. And
Sure.
so you're each trying to illuminate each other, and once you have a certain amount of illumination, you try to kill each other.
The combat system is powered by the Illuminati.
Yes. Confirmed.
But no, these Scilly Isles, they are simultaneously very idyllic and very weird in that kind of rural England sense of weirdness, but it's a particular weirdness unique to the Isles in that it's a weirdness of like place.
This is gonna be we're gonna die. We're
Get out of
fucked.
here?
Pause.
No, because they're...
Wait, pause.
Okay. What's the
Wait,
thing that they're doing right
Did
now?
we? I don't.
Nope, I think we got
Oh,
them.
okay.
Oh,
Holy shit. Okay.
that looked bad. Can we
That was
heal?
rough.
We might need to go back to London.
Probably a sack full of skulls. We have coffee. I remember Dark Drop coffee.
Yeah, it staves away nightmares.
We could run the boilers on this stuff, your second engineer marks, if we run out of coke. He sees your expression and hastens to add, we couldn't. Please don't put the coffee in the firebox, Captain. It'd be a shocking waste. Let's port in this horrible nightmare place. What could go wrong? Everything.
Godfall.
Whoa.
The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalagmite, which fell from the roof, but their chief interests seem to be wine, blood, and shouting.
Urox worshippers.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you been playing?
I have been playing a lot. It's really good. One of the random events just literally filled the screen with snakes, and that was unpleasant.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I should have thought of that.
They're eager to... Oh.
Sorry.
Janine!
Thought we were
This is a
you're having a
storytelling.
conversation. I just want to keep things moving. Man, that...
They're
Okay.
eager.
Where the
They're eager to talk to you
hell?
about their history. The stalagmite, they assure you, is one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell on the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monk's progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague, and they're suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping.
What were you reading that from, Austin? The stream.
Nope.
I often will pause the stream so I can get text on a second way through.
Just thought you were doing some astonishing improv.
Oh, I wish. I would be much more successful in life.
If
Yes,
you were
I
an
guess
improv
so.
artist, I don't know if that's true.
If I was that good of an improv artist.
Oh, god
if I
damn
could
it, he did it again. Over the fucking thing.
Oh,
Oh,
Tomb
get out.
Colonies.
Still, oh,
And like from what I know about Tomb Colonists, they really don't mean any harm. He'd just be sort of mumbling like, I'm
okay. Oh,
sorry.
Mutton, look, you're right. We were so close to Mutton Island. That's exactly what it's been called. This one's a little
I think
meat.
I've been on Mutton Island.
I don't think that they can chew. They just sort of have to like gum it between their teeth.
Peeling wallpaper and a chair from Baroque Spain. A very odd thing. Some
wow.
out of furniture, and now the walls are pink and teal. So, you know, there's that.
It's what he would have wanted.
So, hey, we're back. My connection has been dropping a little bit here and there today, and that
Oh, we made it
happened
back
again.
to London.
Yeah. During my outage, I was like, I'll go back to London, and then I will get a new can of Canada Dry.
Beautiful.
I don't even have anything to make that noise in the house. I don't think.
In your mouth.
I just have a cup of tea that a bug fell in.
Ugh, didn't you get more tea or something? You should have gotten more tea.
Janine, I've been talking to you literally this whole time.
Well, except
Other
for when
than that
my
time I went to
yeah.
pour Pringles over there.
That's what I thought you were. That's what I thought you were doing when you were pouring Pringles over.
No, I was just going to the bathroom.
Well, great.
That's a
Oh, boy.
It's a British euphemism.
Pouring Pringles.
Uh-oh, the blind bruiser would like a word again.
Oh God, what's he
We
saying?
haven't done the thing that we were supposed to do. So something has changed in the Neath, so that's great.
Oh yeah, this happens in full London sometimes. I've never understood what it means.
Huh.
Read the morning papers.
The Echo
Same old,
Bazaar.
same
That
old.
oh yeah, same old same.
Uh,
I love that one of the options is go roystering.
I think we have some
Where did
info
you-
for the survey office.
Where did you each live in fall in London? Do you remember?
I think I lived in Vale Garden, probably.
Hmm.
I think I lived above a
I,
library.
oh,
That
you mean in the
sounds
actual?
right.
Rooms above a bookshop.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
think
think
that's where I
I lived
was.
with like a cantankerous lodger lady. I was
Mm.
aspirational for a better house,
Hmm.
but
I want
I never got one.
I want to say I lived above the bookstore, but then I moved to some sort of like garden house, maybe? I
That
think.
sounds right.
It's been a while.
Hmm.
Uh, okay, so they're like. Wait, they categorize Abbey Rock as a military installation.
Right. That's what it
It's
was kind of
okay.
saying about those
Sure.
weird. No.
Uh, Alright, we
Oops.
can report back on Godfall too.
Oh, we
That
can
creepy
work back.
place. We can no,
No,
you can
report
report
back.
back.
Oh,
Pirate
report.
monks.
I don't know if I'd describe them as pirate monks.
Well, that's what he described them as. Ooh, we can just talk to this guy now. Hey, what are your desires? Visit a port and will be interested in the port report. Visit places of particular interest and will be interested in the strategic information you gain thereby. Well, we already been doing that. Thanks. Thanks, tips.
Submit a revelatory chart. Speak of moves in the Great Game. The Great Game is what Fallen London calls essentially the intricacies of Central European politics at the time, with foreign ministers like Metternich and people engaged in all the congresses of Europe, like the congresses of Vienna and all these places. But in Fallen London, that is actualized within like an actual weird game that people are playing, political game that is outwardly spoken of as the Great Game. And you can find out about it, and I think you can become a part of it, but I never was.
That, of course, is running parallel to the other game of Fallen London, Game of Knife and Candle.
I never played Knife and Candle,
I've
but
been hurt by those playing Knife and Candle.
the fact that I have never played it, and the fact that I've never known what it is, but only ever heard it referred to in the rest of the game, means that
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That would be-
There. I got another can of Canada Dry.
is ginger ale alcoholic in Canada?
No,
Yes.
is it what? What are you talking about, Austin?
It's not.
Well, no, it's not alcoholic here, really. Either you can get
I think
some
ginger
alcoholic.
beer is that an
No,
alcoholic
even
thing?
that. I don't think so.
But the Americans, in America, cider is non-alcoholic
That's not always true.
most of the time, or at least
Mm,
Not all
in
ciders.
California.
if you hear apple cider, it's not. But like, if you're at a bar and they have cider, it's alcoholic.
Right, because all cider here. Oh, we're live apparently.
Yes, we're talking about cider. That's why I did my opening a can of Canada Dry impersonation.
Oh, I thought you were just doing it for our benefit.
Nope,
Some of us do.
it's not how I
Goldblum,
do.
Some of us do Canada Dry.
Always performing.
Yeah. Welcome to StreamFriends.
Zbat search. Nothing right now.
Oh,
Okay.
it points out objects of interest around you. It's like a sonar
Okay.
ping. You release a Zbat, and I've made a little house of cards of biscuits.
Yeah.
They're called
I think we just called that a house of biscuits.
International House of Biscuits. They're
Mm.
they're called malted milk biscuits, and I promise you, I'm not kidding. They have a picture of a cow and a calf on them.
Oh.
Are they like malted milk balls? What are they? What are they?
They follow in the great British tradition of biscuits not really having anything to do with their names. They kind of, I guess, have a vaguely malty taste, but vaguely. They're more just like sort of sweet, vaguely melt in the mouthy, crisp biscuits. Also, Jay Fabulously says, does Janine even have a real Canadian? Sorry, does StreamFriends even have a real Canadian?
Me?
Two. We have two now.
Do we? Oh right. Soha's Canadian
so
too.
is Canadian. Really Canadian.
Oh crab.
You're a fake
Get out of here,
Canadian,
crab.
I'm a fake Canadian
Yeah.
boy.
That's
True.
true.
But I live in the city that Soha was born and raised in, so...
The thing I was going to say, I was going to explain what's happening with my connection. The modem is plugged into a power supply that is being kind of weird right now and kind of like
Ooh.
shutting itself off and stuff. So
Is it, like,
hopefully,
raining
I
right
think
now? Or
hopefully we've
hot?
sorted that out. No, it's like it's a power supply that has a
got a
battery
persistent
backup,
drip
but the battery
going on top of
backup
it.
is fucked up,
Mhm.
and it's plugged into a location where people's feet knock it a lot. So there's been some accidents. Let's fight this
Sure.
ship because we need money. Let's
Echoes.
be pirates. Let's just do pirates.
I think we're privateers, right?
Sure. I mean, isn't this post privateers though?
Right, I just meant in the sense of like what you call people
Right.
who fight pirates.
Sure. Yes.
Pirate hunters. I guess.
Maybe.
Wait. Oh, that. Okay. That I'm pretty sure it's Hull didn't go down all the way there, but
Maybe they surrendered.
I'll send her home.
What do you want birch
Cause
beer?
money.
Is
Crabs.
that beer distilled from birch bark?
Maybe.
When you tap a birch tree, instead of getting syrup like you get with a maple tree, beer just comes out.
It just
So
goes
if you're ever out in the woods and you really, really need to get drunk, just find a birch tree and cut a hole in it and just put your mouth right on there.
It's great. It's really great. We do it in Britain all the time.
Birch beer, in its most common form, is carbonated soft drink made from herbal extracts, normally from birch bark. Although in the colonial era, birch beer was made from the herbal extracts of oak bark. Why would you do that to me? Colonialism. Why would you fucking do that? Why wouldn't that be called oak beer? What are you fucking doing? It has a taste similar to root beer. There are dozens of brands of birch beer available. It's similar. It's a little.
Wait, so I made a goof about it being made of actual bark, but it's straight up.
No, it's
is
straight up
bark.
made of bark. Yes, correct.
Weird.
It's good.
We can,
and I
we
don't-
can, we can
get it.
dock up against that ship. I visited the ship actually. I've been here.
Are they into some shenanigans? What's going on here?
No, they were pretty dull. I think it's just a shop. It's a
Oh,
light ship.
I can tell them junk.
In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. Disease terror recedes. I had a note in a notebook once.
About
That's
terror
like-
receding?
No, it was something. It was about taking afternoon tea in a. It was about a civilization decaying underneath, essentially Kew Gardens glass houses.
That sounds like a note I would expect to find in one of Jack DeKeith's notebooks.
I have a lot of notebooks very close to me now that I haven't looked at in probably a decade.
Open one, Austin.
I don't want to.
I love
No, do it.
notebooks. They're so nice.
No, they're terrifying.
I used to have a lot of notebook stress, and like I would start using a notebook and then just abandon it.
I do that a lot. Like the
The
notebook.
thing that I found has really helped that has been leaving the first page blank. Because every time I opened a notebook, I felt like I'd ruined it because whatever I'd put on the first page seemed like bullshit. And like when you open a book, at least for me, I open the book and then I skip ahead to where I need to be. So I would always see that first page and just be like, oh, this notebook is fucking garbage.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So
see if I can-
just leaving the first page blank made me feel a lot better.
Yeah. The light in my room is not really. So I'm looking with a flashlight.
Okay. Wait, that's Abbey Rock again. Where's Shepherd Town? Or Sheep Island? Is this it? Here we go. Quaker's Haven. Once the simple fishing village was part of the London suburbs before London fell and the waters rushed in. Smoke spirals from cottage chimneys. A lonely hill rises behind town. We can get drinks at the Cock and Magpie, or we can't because we don't have enough money. We could pick up a wretched Kitty.
Oh, Wretched Monks. I remember Wretched Monk.
We already have a mascot, but that ferret is a dickhole, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
true.
get this piebald kitty. For surezies. Get that kitty. Well, we lost a lot of supplies for that kitty. Jumps down from your arms and disappears into the darkness of the ship. An hour later, 5 brutally executed rats are found on the foredeck. Hooray. Okay. It's got a terrifying face, but it gives us iron +2, and that's nice.
Yeah, take that, comatose ferret. Fuck you.
Explore the shore. Ooh, as you prepare to go ashore, your first officer salutes. Captain, 4 of the crew intend to perform a concert on the Z shore. You and I are both invited to attend. So we can do that. I don't... Okay. Ignore... I could also perform, but I'd probably fail. Let's just go and it'll be nice.
The cookers can. Oh, jeez.
Sorry.
What was the point of that,
I
Janine?
I don't know, I reflexively clicked.
There was a pretty concert happening, and you're just like, nope. Back on the boat. Back on the boat.
We can pay these fishermen for probably nothing. Oh, we have a port report, that's good.
We just learned some secrets.
Yeah.
Oh, Khanate ships. The Khan. The Khan is like a distant foreign power from one of the other cities, right?
Probably, I think so. I don't really
I'm trying to
know.
remember. Uh-oh.
Kill the shit out of these crabs are nothing. They're losers.
These crabs are nothing to me.
They're just jerks. They're just jerk losers. Oh right, this is new. I have like a chunk of garbage so I can just attack stuff now. Wait. Ah, crap, I didn't illuminate it enough, did I? Nope.
I got
Anyway,
a B
what's-
on this religion. I got a B on this religion test.
Are you going through your homework from high school?
Maybe.
Why? Why are you doing
Do you think
that
it
to
was a-
yourself?
Do you think it was a fair B?
Maybe.
I wonder if I can
Hard
level
to
my
tell.
junk up. Oh, I can. I can totally... Whoops. I have 2. I can... Do I want to increase my mirrors or my heart?
There's also a piece of paper with anime eyes drawn on it. Solid. Happy high school.
My mirrors.
Happy High School Day. This is actually a traditional celebration that Austin does every Canada Day.
Oh no. I found it.
What have you found?
Bugsby marshes. Gross. There's a house there.
I think a lot of these places without ports are going to get ports.
Probably, yeah. That's certainly an easy... I think this might actually have a port. It seems like there's a lot on here. That's certainly an easy way to kind of gate access to things.
Bad Stephen is abyss. Big old crab.
Oh wait, no, that's just part of London. We're just quite close to home still. I wonder if we can sail down in there. Looks like we can. Oh no, we can't. Whoops.
No, maybe we can go under that bridge.
Oh, is that a bridge?
Maybe.
Oh, it might be a sandbank.
Whoops, I'm going backwards.
Full steam ahead. No, it looks a bit sandbanky, right, on the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Don't know, go for it. No.
I'm just gonna, I want to gently nudge it. Nope. Ooh.
Nope.
Okay. Nope.
Oh, you can see the
Good to
bazaar
know.
there. Oh my god, that's not what I expected the bazaar to look like.
Department of Menace Eradication. Yeah, the Echo
Yeah,
Bazaar looks hellish. Which I
I
guess it
worked for
sort of
that.
is, but... Did you work for the Department of Menace Eradication?
Jay Fabulously says, I have to say, I'm not quite following this game. Okay, so basically we're just going around exploring and looking for stories
At not quite clock.
and finding things. It's basically our jam.
That guy
Uh-oh.
really wants a word, but I don't ever see him. I just...
Yeah, don't.
Let's go to the Admiral and turn in our report reports here. Get some money. Been trying the original rubbery lumps. What the hell does that mean?
I think they also eat rubbery men.
Gross. Didn't I have another port report? I guess I didn't.
Or maybe it was looking at a bunch of very bad poetry that I'd written.
Oh, no. New recruit.
Oh, here's some Japanese homework.
We don't have enough money for the Presbyterian Adventuress. Aww.
That's really. Can we sell stuff?
No, I think we need something other than money as well.
No, we... Yeah, no, we need 50 echoes. We only have 22. Actually, I think we have a boat waiting for us to claim. That would help. Yeah, here we go. 100 echoes.
I've no idea when my fan is freaking out. It's
Very
not even
hot.
a particularly hot day.
No. Right. There.
Ooh. There's new news. The
The
Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know. Oh ho! A promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for half a cask of salt herring. You could use that. I got one supply from the paper. Handy.
Yeah, I get really irritated by fake Britishness, by sort of falling into like, I say old chap, what, and this, I'm just full of love for this game, for this universe.
Okay, let's get... Gunnery officer. I'd like to help you blow up some monsters. Or, oh, they're both gunners. That lady seems really overeager. I kind of like the Presbyterian Adventuress. Huh? Okay, she's, I guess, punching someone around because they were being rude because she's foreign? Sure.
Mm.
You know, sailors.
What happens if we click on London?
Oh, she's so cool though. She's like,
I know.
got a little uniform. Got like Janelle
If she's
Monáe
afraid
hair.
of anything, it's boredom.
Can you talk
She's
to her?
great
and, like, talk
also.
her into joining us for less or something.
No, she's
already
already, we already,
joined.
yeah, and also no.
Oh.
Like, you
He
can't
says-
barter.
Scratty B
Wait.
says, Pip Top, this game's a right chimney sweep now in it. Can we time him out? We're not going to.
Man, we need more supplies. Speculative consonant. What the fuck? Oh, I bet we need that for that weird place. It has the symbol.
Oh no,
Dude,
that's
that's that weird place while playing this.
no, that looks
Super
like a thing we
weird
can equip
place.
onto our ship as well. That looks like a thing that we actually equip to help us hide. better.
Yeah.
We should see what's
Man,
happening in London as well.
We should. Although we don't have the stuff for most of these. We already checked the lodgings. Oh, I could
Uh,
have given her that instead of getting a cool tattoo.
well, we have one of those already. We have
Oh, right. I thought it was grayed out. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing eyes? They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop. She sobs at last.
Mhm.
This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macabre memories I wish each individual tone recalled. They're so good about gender stuff that I don't know
I
what they're
know.
doing here. It's weird.
Yeah, I think they're trying to aim for the fact that they might not even be human and so can't be classified in that way. But that hasn't stopped them from doing it better
No,
in
exactly. Like
Yeah,
elsewhere in the game. You know.
it's
there are
frustrating.
there are times when they just straight up say they and just
Also,
don't even like get into it.
yeah.
And I don't
Um.
know what that's
Also,
about.
I mean, if they really wanted to go for that, they could go they brackets it. I guess.
If they
Never,
wanted to do, yeah, that's
yeah.
playing with fire. You know,
Also,
unless they really leaned into descriptions of it being, of it
being
being
weird,
an
yeah.
actual monster in human flesh or something. You know,
That
but
Macaw of
still.
Memories, I'm really hoping that it was a reference to a really obscure. I think it's a reference. They're in a really obscure book by an author called Milorad Pavich. There is a bird who is brought in specifically to remember every single word in a book, so that the bird essentially becomes the book. And I'm really hoping that the Macaw of Memories is a reference to it.
Okay, I think we're good to set out
So,
again.
so why is the Bruiser not turning up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I wonder what happens if we click on the thing saying the Bruiser wants a word. Next time the Bruiser wants a word.
Last time I tried, it just didn't do anything. I don't remember where he wanted us to go. I feel like I heard east, but I don't know if that's really the case.
I can't even remember where he said. Oh, the Thomas.
We'll go east. See what that turns out.
Does the boat have a name?
No, it doesn't. It should, though. Oh, God.
Wow.
That's not a
Don't
good thing.
go there.
No,
That's a
no,
bad
don't listen
thing.
to Austin. Absolutely not.
There's also a giant crab following us, and that's bad.
Why don't we just go into the maelstrom?
You want to go in the maelstrom?
It might kill us, to be honest. Or it might help us discover something amazing.
Flitterstone Isle. There's a dock there, but there's no...
No,
Could be
there's
thing.
no. I've been here, but when I was here, the Dubois maelstrom was not.
Do you want to go in it?
Oh
you should
no,
go in it.
it might have been an addition since I last played.
Sure.
I'm really curious.
Let's do it.
Fuck those crabs, for real.
Oh, they are really,
They killed
Okay.
me. They've killed me before.
the big ones are.
Yeah,
Not
the
really
big
not an
ones.
Undersea creature fan, are you?
No, I don't. What's up, Maelstrom? Nothing happened. Oh, it slows us. Oh,
Oh.
God.
Oh,
Cool.
that's so good.
Let's angler crabs.
Cool.
I just don't even want anything to do with them. I'm sure we could probably win. I don't want anything to do with them.
So unlike Fallen London, this doesn't have any sort of multiplayer like component, right?
Not as far as I know.
Not that had an exceptionally robust one or anything, but it definitely it felt like I was inhabiting that world with other players. So
Okay. don't have much food.
Does that just take away? Oh, I see it. Yeah.
We can increase the threshold at which we'll feed people, I think, or maybe not. I don't know. What's going on over here? Creepy shiny stuff with underwater spiky things? Great. The principles of coral.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wish I knew where we were supposed to go. Patrick's Lot.
Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Wolfstack docks, but vaster, vaster. The Corsair's forest. Our lookouts are watchful. Maybe in the north we've discovered Scott's Reef. Can we check our journal? Oh, we might have it in our inventory. Maybe when we hover over it in our inventory, it'll tell us the rough location.
It doesn't say where to take it.
What about the journal?
Oh, right.
Proposal from a man of business?
Where's that?
Below.
Oh, here we go. Just
No.
no, that's not a clickable
Okay,
thing.
in the hold again. What's the guy with the knife? The 12 of them. Visit from a blind bruiser.
Yeah.
Essay.
I don't know what that-
Essay.
This cannot be
Oh,
sold.
it cannot be sold.
No.
I don't know.
What's our map look like again? Ooh.
What's our map?
And we're the little thing on the far right there.
Yeah. Wreck of the Emperor Wolfgang. Whoa, that's great. Oh boy. Found sharks. Great. Cool. You can sacrifice someone.
When all's
Let's
said,
fight
it's
it.
just a really big fish in a cage.
Right.
I
has
guess.
It doesn't even have any crew.
Why would a shark have crew?
Exactly.
That's what they want you to think, Janine. You gotta follow the money. There's no core.
What are those other attacks you have?
They're just more expensive, more damaging.
I see.
I like short, quick
Yeah,
bursts.
that's fair.
Most of the time, they've been enough to.
Our
Okay.
terror's not looking good.
No, and we only have 2 supplies and 2 fuel left.
J Fabulously says Z-Beasts. J Fabulously says it has a crew because it is packed to the gills with crew.
Oh, we have 11 an unpossessing mass.
An unprepossessing mass.
Sorry, I'm prepossessing mass. And a hunting trophy. And supplies. 3 supplies, thank God. Oh, here we go. We can smoke it.
Well, we need food, don't we?
Let's smoke it. Let's smoke that
Mhm.
shark goop.
Oh,
Nice.
I thought you meant smoke.
Like roll it up and smoke it? No. Like smoke it for food.
Oh.
Great.
It will serve, but the
Oh,
smoke
boy.
brings a kind of horror, a waking dream, a kinesthetic sense of vast things coiling in the crushing, lightless black.
I wonder if I'd be more into Night Vale if I hadn't already played Fallout London.
I don't think so. I think Night Vale trades on a bunch of pretty,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel that Night Vale's palette is smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, that's just a boat on a rock.
Yeah.
Can we dock there?
No, there's no.
Unless there's a docking point on the north side.
It seems to just be like a. You get like experience for discovering weird shit. Man, I have no idea where we're going.
We haven't explored north yet. We haven't explored into
Yeah,
the
there's-
far north.
Oh, the game froze.
Should we be heading back to get more food?
We don't have a lot of money, is the thing.
Oh, uh-oh.
Ooh, this part of the entity has not yet been created.
Uh-oh.
The Chelinate. Oh, so I think that means you're going to be able to see the other sunken cities. Because the Chelinate sounded like the Khanate. So those seem like all different.
Oh, bound shot.
That's how I read into that. Rocks Reef. Oh, we used up all our... okay. Was that...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Discovered
What's it say?
Port Cecil. Where's that? Oh, it's... shit.
I see it. Uh-oh.
We still have fuel in the tank, we just don't have any more. If we can, as long as we can get to Port Cecil. To be able to get to Port Cecil. Then hopefully Port Cecil is actually a useful place.
Doesn't look like it.
It has a light spot.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dock. Okay. Search your supplies for something of use. Okay, we have 1 fuel, we lost 2 supplies. That's rough.
Oh boy.
Chess, we can play chess.
Chess is popular in the
Be
principle.
I'm sorry, you're
The
gonna
court
read
is
it.
full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up Z traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful. The chess pieces are carved from Scintillec. Here, in the principles, that can be very dangerous. What is Scintillec?
I've never encountered it. Is it shellac? Is it trying to be shellac?
Maybe.
Ooh.
I lost. Great.
Time to go, she tells you. But don't worry, you'll be back.
Gather intelligence, sure.
The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry horrible incrustations like a disease,
Ugh.
splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor, to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the neat, dream open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away, the Khanites' work, the smugglers' wars, the Fathom Kings' secrets. Perhaps it's not.
Great.
So then we can trade that back at home for something else, ideally like food or fuel.
Yeah.
We have some echo, so we can at least buy 1 fuel.
Yeah. Cool. Great. Got a lot of weird shit, though. If we can make it back home, I don't know that we can, but if we can make it back home. So it's southwest.
We go through the Fenagine Bleaks.
Oops.
Oh, bound shark. Dead ahead.
Oh, I didn't even see it. What? Oh.
That's some bullshit.
Some shark-based bullshit.
And free supplies if we win. Wait, I clicked the wrong thing. I'm an idiot.
Oh.
I just clicked bail. Throw a crew member and bail. God, those things are huge.
Can we get a different ship kind of?
You can upgrade your ship. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I was gonna read, here the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Demo's Gate, named for navigator lost above, how did his bones come below? Great, so a tentacle. We might have just imagined it. We lost a person though. Cool. Our terror is super, super high right now. we're like halfway there.
We'll make it. Still have fuel. Maybe.
Oh goodness. Kotaku just posted about somebody who's this is amazing.
We're also bleeding crew.
Kotaku just posted about somebody who has set up a redstone
I see this.
minecart that is taking them, Twitch streaming them live, traveling to the edge of the Minecraft universe on essentially a monorail. And there's a Twitch stream of it, and it's just wonderful to watch. It's like a road trip across Minecraft's landscapes. I am super enchanted by this
It'll
weird
take
thing.
him 17 days to reach the end.
Are you looking at the actual video, Austin?
I see it now.
I don't understand
How
how
did
he can
he-
reach the edge. Won't it just keep generating?
No, there's n- no,
There is-
no.
No, there's a point where the game's essentially just like Pac-Man breaks if you manage to complete X many levels.
Oh.
Yeah, this is super cool. I love this thing very much.
We've seen that somewhere. I don't know whether it was video footage or what, but at the edge, the
The
terrain
world gen
generation
freaks
just
out.
completely falls apart. It's sharp cliffs and like crazy giant loops, and it doesn't make any sense. It's just
Oh, the sun's coming up.
crafty.
In this video, when the guy needs to go through a mountain, because of the way he's set up the code that's doing it, he just goes in a tunnel through the mountain. I'm closing this
This
now.
reminds me, of course, that Cube World seems like it's about to get an update.
I was
Maybe.
gonna say that. I was gonna bring that up. I
Yeah,
haven't watched
maybe.
I haven't watched
Seen
the
the
video
video.
yet because.
It has an elephant in it and a lion.
So here was my thinking with the video. I don't want to have necessarily the weird exploration quest system spoiled for me. Instead, what I want is a friend of mine, say, I don't know, Austin, to have watched the video so that when we go on a trip in the game together, Austin can just go like, oh hey, what you need to do is this, without the game having
I
shown.
watched the video. The video doesn't tell you too much. I mean, not more than the tweets did about a year ago. Or
Oh, okay.
3 months ago, 4 months ago, whenever that was. The other thing is, like, we are on the eve, or just about there, to the original Cube World release. And that was kind of the, one of the things people were saying, maybe that's why.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
I think the multiplayer limit has been boosted now, which is cool.
Oh, that would be good.
I think 10 players is the max now.
On a server or in a party?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, not that we could work around it. I just know there's a lot of people who want to be playing Cube World right now.
Eat those bad corpses.
Well,
JFab, Fallen London is the universe that this game, Sunless Sea, is based in. There was a kind of long-running, it still is a long-running, kind of... I try not to call it a social game, but it very much does have all the hooks and design of a social game, but set in this world, and very interesting.
Fuck.
This isn't going great.
No, search supplies, lost the supplies. We're out of fuel. Let's have lunch with the sisters. Let's we haven't reconnoitered this island yet, but let's have lunch with Cynthia. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue, her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. Another chop, Cynthia asks. You barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You got supplies. But we're now like max terror. So, that's good.
we have one tale of terror.
Oh, true. We get a new tattoo. We can also maybe... We got unlucky again. I think we're boned. I think we... I'm gonna sail out again and see what happens, but...
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
Oh, and the light just went off,
Nope.
and we just stopped immediately.
We dock? We should dock again. Is there like a dock and see if there's a thing?
It'll just be Desperate Measures again.
What's help? What's
No,
help me? Oh, that's
no, that's just actual game help. Well, also, yeah, I should clarify again. We're not actually playing Fallen London. This is by the people who made Fallen London,
Yes.
but this is
Sunless
Sunless
Sea.
Sea, which is just launched in early access today. It was also a Kickstarter game, and it's not in Twitch's game database. So, I picked Fallen London. Well, we're fucked. So. Perhaps you'll make it back to London disgraced, ragged, crazed, without a ship or a crew or reputation. Better, perhaps, than that you never returned. This is the end.
Choose a legacy.
So now I get to preserve my chart, preserve an officer, or preserve skill.
Just one?
Yes, you get to pick the thing you want to carry through.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think preserve chart is going to be more important when the world is procedurally generated.
Of course, yeah.
Because that's going to be like the rogue legacy, locking down the castle, man.
Lately, I think, well, we have that one really good officer.
I say preserve an officer.
Preserve a what?
I say preserve an officer.
Yeah, we have that cat, too. Yes. Cat is iron +2, but this gunnery officer's iron +6, veils +3, which is great. She's, the Carnelian Exile is mirrors +6, pages +3.
Gunnery officer?
Yeah, either the gunnery officer.
I really like the gunnery officer.
Me too, she's cool with him. She isn't afraid of anything.
And then
Except boredom.
this is your thing. You can choose your
Right.
past or you can just bail on it. This is the character creation.
Right, right.
So I've done the poet. I think my last lady was a veteran of the campaign of 68, which is the invasion of hell.
Sure.
Mirrors, hearts, veils.
My thinking in matters like this is when the game gives me the option to be a priest, I always be a priest.
I got a plausible surgeon. And there are some things here that are locked because they haven't been completed yet. So the two
Sure.
things that you can choose between fulfillment and wealth. And here's where you pick your name. So you can pick Madam, Sir, Citizen, My Lord, My Lady, or Captain. And then you get to pick your portrait. I picked Natural Philosopher, I think. So, let's see.
Oh wow, there's some tomb colonists.
I think there's... Oh yeah, there's a couple.
That's pretty cool. I'm into these.
Oh, but she looks like a natural philosopher.
Isabel Salt.
No, I spelled it wrong.
Ah, vigilance. How many encounters with Dwemer machinery did you mistake by sitting 3 feet off the ground and just barking endlessly? How many doors did you block me from getting through? How many traps did you set off in your own face?
So yeah, that's kind of Sunless Sea. I'm really interested to see where this goes. I'm also, again, for people who mentioned or who missed the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be writing about this, or I'm going to be posting about it tomorrow. I'm going to be writing about it tonight, probably. And I'm really excited. I'm going to have a lot of fun writing that. I'm really looking
Yeah, I'm
forward
excited
to
to
it.
hear that.
It's going to be pretty, apparently.
It's going to be word pretty, definitely.
I like it when you have an excuse to get word 30.
Me too. I also like that.
World. Oh, not quite clock.
Mhm.
Just get all my bases covered. See, I think I'll call it for now. I still haven't eaten, and it's very late for Jack. Uh, so yeah, this has been fun. I'm Janine Hawkins. I'm at Bleating Heart on Twitch and Twitter and YouTube, except when I'm here on StreamFriends with my stream friends. Like,
I'm Jack DeKeat. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at NotQuiteReal, and at my game studio where I make games, thetalltreesgames.co.uk. We make games there in the games mills.
Mm. And I'm Austin Walker. You can find me at Austin_Walker on Twitter, The Coffee Tech here on Twitch, clockworkwalls.com. I have a piece up right now on Paste Magazine's gaming section. I have a new one going up. Maybe this week, maybe it'll be next week. I just submitted it last night, so soon.
yeah. I think
Oh,
there's
and
another.
Jack and I may do a surprise stream tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
keep a watch eye on the horizon
It
tomorrow.
might be a thing. It might be a whole thing.
Yeah, who knows?
Who's that whole thing?
Who's that whole thing?
I think also there might be a stream tonight. There's one on the schedule, but I don't know. I don't know.
Tonight, I think it's supposed to be. What is it?
It's gotten
oh.
bumped once before,
Yeah.
so there's a chance
Yeah,
there might
there's
not be.
something for that.
But
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
keep your eyes peeled. Otherwise, have a good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for
Bye,
having
Internet.
us. Bye.